This is Sirach, chapter 39, verse 1. But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High, and is occupied in the meditation thereof, will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient, and be occupied in prophecies. He will keep the sayings of the renowned men, and where subtle parables are, he will be there also. He will seek out the secrets of grave sentences, and be conversant in dark parables. He shall serve among great men, and appear before princes. He will travel through strange countries, for he hath tried the good and the evil among men. Shalom, brothers and sincere sisters in this truth. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well. And peace and salutation to you elect brothers across this world, kicking this word in sincerity and truth. With us being in this truth, with us being part of this thing, with us signing this new contract that the Lord set us up to do, to be the so-called rulers of the next world under Yahweh. Why Yahweh Shai? To be on his side. And if we expect to be of that elect category that Revelations chapter 7 and Revelations chapter 14 talks about, we have to consistently be into this word. We have to be intertwined in this word. Like when Apostle DeHart made that statement saying, if you ain't meditating in this word every day, constantly, the spirit ain't right within you. That's true. It was in the spirit of Apostle DeHart to say that, because it's also in the scriptures. You know, it tells us in multiple scriptures that we're supposed to be in this thing anytime that we can be, whether it's our leisure time, whether we're at work on our lunch break, whether we're not doing anything. We have to be always in this thing. But we have to always be in that category, because we don't know what Yahweh Shai could do with us, man. The Lord could put the spirit on you to bug the fuck out. Excuse my language. But he can really mess you up mentally if you ain't doing what you're supposed to do. He can kick you out this thing. Like it's in the scriptures, he can call the rocks to do this work. He didn't have to call us, but he chose to. So with that being the case, why don't we step up and do this thing? Do what we're supposed to do, man. So I'm going to start back at verse 1 of Sirach, the 39th chapter. And if you don't know Sirach, it's the book of Ecclesiasticus, also called Sirach. All right? Verse 1. But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High, and is occupied in the meditation thereof. So it said he that giveth his mind. And when you go to that word mind, the word mind and heart in the Hebrew are synonymous for one another. Because we all know King David was a man that was after the Most High's heart. Okay? So you have to give your mind and your heart unto the law. And what's the law? Not only to the Torah, but the Tanakh and the Gospel and the Apocrypha. The whole roll is the law. Okay? So you have to give your mind unto this whole book. You have to dedicate your time. You have to dedicate your life to this book. Okay? You have to give your whole mind, your whole being to this word. Okay? Continuing on. And it's occupied in the meditation thereof. And to be occupied in something, you have to be working towards it. Okay? This has to be your occupation. This has to be our job. That's why Yahweh Shai said, the harvest is many, but the laborers are few. The laborers are the one that's occupied in this truth. And the harvest is all these people that's out here. All these elect men that's out here asleep. Okay? These elect people that's out here asleep. Okay? So we have to occupy in the meditation thereof. So we have to be meditating on this word. Alright? Continuing on. Alright? We'll seek out the wisdom of all the ancient and be occupied in prophecy. Alright? So you will try to seek out but you will try to seek out the wisdom, the knowledge, the understanding, the whole role of the ancient men who did the same work that we're supposed to be out here doing, that we're out here doing if you're in the spirit. We're supposed to seek out every little thing our ancestors did that were in the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. To be occupied, because we know all things are written aforetime before our learning. So if we read and understand what these men went through, we're going to have to go through the same thing. What these men did, we're going to have to do the same thing in order to be considered in that category that the Most High put us on, will call us on. All right? Because not all of us are going to be in this thing and make it. Brothers is going to fall out. But the key point is for us to be occupied 24/7. And when I say 24/7, literally all the time. There's no gray areas in this thing. There's no gray areas. As much as we can lollygag and say, I'm going to do the work, but I'm going to spend a little bit of time bullshit. No, man. No, you might not. We're part of the flesh. We're part of the flesh. So we have flesh. We're in these chains of darkness, you know? But there's still, Shalom, brother, Shalom. We're part of this flesh, so we're not 100% perfect like Yahweh Shai. But literally 95+% of the time we're supposed to be occupying, whether it's watching a video or whether you might be into something else. This word has to be in your mind. Whether you're analyzing the animals that's out here to show us signs of what might be going on in nature, or whether you're analyzing people's countenances to see that why they're not right. Okay? Always be meditating on this truth. Always be discerned. Always have the spirit on you. Always be occupied in the spirit. Okay? Verse 5. He will give his heart to resort early to Yahweh that made him, and will pray before the Most High, and will open his mouth in prayer and make supplication of his sins, because we're living in Babylon, which if you're in the spirit, you know that America is Babylon. And what is living in America, aka Babylon, we know that there's temptation everywhere. There's sin everywhere. There's abominations everywhere. So with that being all over you, not even all over you, but with that being, not all over you, reason why I said it, because we're in here. But with that being everywhere and we're in this bitch, excuse my language, we always have to give out prayers, because we could be sucked into this shit and not even knowing. The Lord could give us over to a reprobate mind anytime he wants to. That's why it's very important for us to give prayer and supplications to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, because we're living in a very sinister, satanic kingdom. A kingdom that has no hope. A kingdom that has no future. And these people are subject to this kingdom that has no hope, a kingdom that has no future. That's why they live the lives that they live. But the Lord is making that a living example for us to witness, so we don't fall into that category. You're supposed to give a prayer out to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai to be like, I don't want to be like this person that I see out here. I don't want to be like these niggas out here smoking weed. I don't want to be like these niggas out here stealing shit. I don't want to be like these niggas out here stealing other brothers' women. I don't want to be like these niggas out here constantly on the boob tube or the TV, that's what I mean, or whatever it is. Because there's so many temptations that's out there that we could follow, we could get sucked into. Not knowingly. Sad part about it, a lot of Jake will do it knowingly. But they'll find out when it's too late. Okay? Verse 9. Hold on. Oh, I didn't even know I was scrolling down. Shalakia, Yasha'Allah. I'm going to jump to verse 3. Shalakia, I didn't even know I was scrolling on accident. Okay, verse 3. He will seek out the secrets of the grave sentences and be conversant in dark parables. Okay, so he will seek out the secrets of the grave sentences. Those grave sentences are riddles or enigmas. Okay, dark parables like the scriptures talk about, that we were going to understand, Lord willing. I'm one of those men, but that the elect men were going to understand. And continuing on, it says be conversant. The word conversation is synonymous to conversant in dark parables. So we're supposed to be constantly talking about this truth wherever we're at, wherever we're going, in our days of life, in our walks of life. We're supposed to always meditate on this word, because our ancestors was doing it. Our ancient ancestors, the holy ones, the prophets and the apostles, okay? They were the ones that was doing it. And they were made examples for us to do the same thing. Because if they weren't out here and they weren't written of, how would we know how to do it? Of course, through the Spirit, he got it somehow, but he made it that way just to put it on us to do it. All right? Verse 4, he shall serve amongst great men and appear before princes. Who are the great men? That's the apostles and elders and older brothers that help us in the spirit through your spirit of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, so we continue on doing what we're supposed to be doing according to this word. Okay? He shall serve. That word serve stands out because we're supposed to serve these men. A brother's supposed to serve another brother. Even the older brother might have to serve a younger brother some type of way. But with us being the hopeful elect, we're going to serve one another because we all considered great men. Like it says in the book of Jeremiah, get ye unto great men. We're supposed to be amongst each other. For one, to keep us sharp. Two, to rebuke us when we need rebuke. Three, to reprove us when we need reprove. Four, to be brotherly toward one another, because it says charity covereth a multitude of sins. So we shall serve amongst great men and appear before princes. And who are the princes? Hey, you don't know who you serving. It could be a David. It could be Josiah. Okay? It could be Hezekiah. You don't know. But we're all princes of the power anyway, especially the elect, because it talks about us being kings and princes. Kings and priests. Okay? Continuing on. He will travel through strange countries, for he had tried the good and the evil amongst men. And that's like a lot of elder brothers and the apostles going to these different camps. Okay? Seeing who's right and seeing who ain't right. Discerning the spirits. Got another verse I'm going to go to. Don't want to make this too long. Salakia, went to the wrong part. But I'm going to go. I got the book of Proverbs chapter 16, verse 16. How much better is it to get wisdom than gold? So with us being in constant meditation in this word, you're constantly getting wisdom. And with you constantly acquiring this wisdom that Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai bestowed upon you, is better than any gold that you can get in this world, in this society, in this money. Okay? Because this stuff will burn. Like when you go to Sirach, the 5th chapter, it talks about goods unjustly gotten, because these goods in this world, this gold, the silver, you didn't have to do nothing righteous to get it. You had to get it by being a hoe-ass nigga, deceiving your own people, deceiving a bunch of other people. Or you had to get it through deception of somebody deceiving you to get it, okay? But this knowledge and wisdom and understanding that Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai bestowed upon his ancient men, his great men, it's much better than gold, okay? Because that's to acquire a kingdom and rule in the kingdom in righteousness. Okay? Continuing on. And to get understanding, rather to be chosen than silver. When you go to that word chosen, and I'm going to go to it. Give me one sec, Baba Gashaw. That word there.
Strong's H977. Bacher. Bacher.
And he actually pronounced it right because it's Bacha. Okay? To choose, elect, decide for, to choose, to be chosen, selected. Okay? So I'm going to read this again. How much better is it to get wisdom than gold, and to get understanding rather to be chosen or elect than silver? Because the elect is going to rule this new world coming. The elect out of Yasha Allah, who is Israel. The 144K. They gonna rule in this thing. Lord willing, we those men, if you in this spirit fighting, if you in the truth fighting, under the banner of great millstone, and like the apostles say, you might have brothers that might wake up later on in these other camps. Okay? But if you fighting, if you're sincere, if you're diligent, daily meditating on this word, like we just read in Sirach, the 39th chapter, it says, and to get understanding rather to be chosen than silver. So to be elected is better than silver and gold, because what's that gonna benefit when all hell breaks loose? It's not gonna benefit you anything. You even got a lot of so-called Israelite groups that's trying to stack up on get silver and gold. Man, if you in this truth and you on that red list, man, that shit ain't gonna benefit you worth a damn thing, man. You still gonna get killed. You still gonna have to go to this guillotine. You still gonna have to be in front of your enemies. If you out here on these highways and byways and your face is known throughout the whole world, throughout society, they don't give a damn how much gold is in your pocket. They're gonna try to kill you. That's why you gotta be in constant meditation of the word. Because when you go to Psalms, the 1st chapter, in the 1st verse, it says, blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of Yahweh. And in his law doth he meditate day and night. So we're supposed to be always meditating on this. Always into this word. Whether you might not be able to make it to camp whenever you do. You're supposed to always be in constant meditation on what brothers might be talking about at camp. Watching videos. Watching live shows. The truth's out here. It's out here. If you I don't want to say if you're in the spirit. You have to be in the spirit to understand that the truth's out here. And that you need to follow it. Because there's so much evidence here to show you that this is the truth. Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai is giving you so many examples. There's no excuses. There's no more excuses. We're living in the age of information where you always have access to receive the truth. It's on you if you want to get it or not. And if you don't, hey, you ain't getting no Godspeed. It's destined to happen. Okay? But if you one of the hopeful elect or one of the members of the elect, you will receive it. And you will always be in constant meditation of this word. Okay? You're going to have the understanding that knowledge and wisdom and understanding is better than silver and gold. So you might have to take the low a few times in this world in order to see that dub or that win in the next world. But that's how it is. All the prophets took L's. All the apostles took L's. Our Lord, Yahweh Shai, took an L for your black ass. And if you of the elect, I'm talking to you. For your black ass. Best believe you're going to have to do the same thing, but he was in constant meditation. Paul was in constant meditation. Peter, Bartholomew, Simon, John, James, other Simon, all of the above. Matthew, they was in constant meditation of this word. Stephen, we got to take L's being in this thing. But if you're in constant meditation of this, you'll have the understanding that you will have to take L's in this thing. Okay? But that's part of eating this whole road, like the brother Yattazak likes to say. But hey, it's in the scriptures. Okay? One sec. Shalaki, I'm handling something real quick while I'm meditating on the word. Shalaki, y'all. Give me 1 sec. Give me 1 sec. Alright? But I got one more scripture I'm going to go to. And that's the book of Proverbs. Chapter 8, verse 11. I'm actually going to start at verse 10. Receive my instruction, and not silver, and knowledge rather than choice gold. For wisdom is better than rubies, and all the things that may be desired are not to be compared to it. We're living in Babylon, and anything that we might desire in this kingdom can't compare to what's to come later on. Because when you go to 2nd Ezra, the 7th chapter, he says a city's being built and it's full of all good things. Stuff we can't even comprehend right now. The laws being on our inward parts. Ruling a kingdom under Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, under Yahweh Yahweh Shai in righteousness. Ruling nations with the rod of iron. Being able to fly, being able to teleport. Being able to speak telekinetically. There's no way of comprehending all the goods Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai bestowed upon us. Okay? That's why he says in verse 10, receive my instruction. And what's the instruction? His law. The commandments. The whole roll. Old Testament, New Testament, Apocrypha. The whole roll. That's something we're supposed to receive because it's not given to everybody. In order to receive it, you have to catch what it's saying. Like a receiver in football. Anybody can throw a football out, but it's up to a good receiver to catch it. Anybody can read these scriptures and read the parable. It's up to somebody well seasoned in his word with the Spirit dealing with him in order to receive the instruction that he has given. To Israel, by the way. Okay? And not silver. Because a nigga will try to go out of some silver real quick. But you got to be skillful in this word in order to receive instruction. And knowledge rather than choice gold. Again, for wisdom is better than rubies. What's a ruby? A precious jewel. Extremely precious jewel. Okay? And all the things that may be desired are not to be compared to it. So these precious jewels on this side are of the world. And that's something we're not supposed to be part of. This world. This world has nothing to do with anything. This world is a piece of shit. This world is going to be destroyed. This world is finna be taken out. This society. I want to say society because it says we know the world, but we know the society is finna be taken out. Because this is Esau's society or Esau's world. Like Jacob say, it's a white man's world. We ain't supposed to be intertwined in this thing. A lot of these people, these celebrities, these rappers, these artists, they had to sell out in order to receive silver and gold on this side. But on the right-hand side, you have to receive the instruction of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And that's better than any choice gold. Hell, our roads are going to be made out of that shit. That stuff we're going to walk in, tread on. Shows you that it's going to be worth something, but it's like, man, you're going to be worth more than anything because it's something that you're going to walk on. If you can walk on something like that, it must not be too valuable. You know? But again, you have to be in constant meditation of it in order to be in that category. And you got 2/3 of Israel that's going to die on this side, and they're going to be in that category and have to get right. But what I mean is to rule in that thing. To be rulers. To be a top dog. To eat. To drink with Yahweh Shai. To sup with Yahweh Shai. To eat meat with Yahweh Shai. Okay? But these are instructions that we have to follow to be in this thing. We have to meditate. We have to think deeply. Consider. Conspire. Do the work. You know? Didn't want to make this too long, but it was just on my spirit to do this lesson. You know? So I'm just going to end it off on that, man. We just got to keep on fighting. We can see these signs that's going on to us, but we can't have that doubt, man. There's a lot of stuff that's going to get in the way that's going to make you doubt, but that's Satan's job. But if you're constantly in doubt, that means you ain't meditating on the word as much as you should be as well. Just being honest. We got to be in this thing 100%, y'all. Like it says in Matthew chapter 12, verse 30. If you are not with me, you are against me. Okay? Can't be lukewarm in this thing. Okay? Can't be, and there's no gray areas. Yahweh Shai went in the gray area. That was a perfect example to follow. Call halal, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Double honor to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone that rule well. Peace and salutation to you elect brothers kicking this word of sincerity and truth. This is your brother Sha'ar from the GMS Dallas camp. So I want to say, Shalom.